Right, here we go. Oh, good evening, everybody. Whoop, whoop. I just looked at the clock and it was, I looked at the clock and it was 5 minutes to go. And then I've just looked at the clock again and it was bang on 7. So I don't know where those 5 minutes have gone. So anyway, good evening to everybody on the YouTube. I can see that we are working fine on YouTube. I'm going to put my computer glasses on whilst I clean my crafting glasses up so I can see what you're saying to me. So hi Jan, Margaret, Paula, Joanne, Audrey, Saz, Nina, Julie, Samantha, Jane, Margaret, Julie, Caroline, Kim, and let's just see if Facebook has kicked in, because you never know. You never know. Let's have a look. And it has. So whoop whoop, we are working perfectly well on Facebook and on YouTube, which is always a bit of a bonus. Oh, hang on. Let's just see if the comments come up on Facebook. Oh, they have. So, oh, crikey. Right, so, oh, there's too many of you there now. So, good evening to everybody. I'm just going to take that off because I just saw it changed my whoop whoop to woot woot. Which is hilarious in its own right. But anyway, so good evening to everybody on the Facebook. I hope you are all well. And this miserable weather hasn't put everybody off watching, because it's been miserable for days. I do love autumn, but I don't love the weather that comes with it. And it's not good for people who have headaches like I do. So I'm now on day 4 of a really fuzzy, horrible head, which is no fun. Your phone reminded you tonight. That's good. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Julie. Hi, Elaine. Are you back, Elaine? Hi, David. Not sunny in Scarborough. Well, you're lucky because let me take that off. It's not been sunny here. It's been grey and dreary and dull and miserable. So it has. It's one of those days. I call it a Sunday. It feels like a Sunday. You just want to put the heating up and curl up and watch. Well, I was just going to say Christmas films, but we'll go with films. We just want to watch films and movies all day, curled up on the sofa in your pyjamas. You've had lovely weather in Aberdeen as well, and you're just showing off now, aren't you? It has been miserable here, I promise you. Oh, the camera's not loving these lines, is it? Let me just zoom out a little bit. Just bear with. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. That'll do. That'll do. Anyway, so I've got lots to show you. I know, Lynn, I know, I did think that myself, but hopefully I'll be okay for Wednesday. It's the change in the weather, I think. It's the change in the weather. My head doesn't like this kind of weather. Anyway, so super excited to show you this new release. We have got 2 new releases. Thank you, Brenda. We have got 2 new releases, 2 full proper releases before we break up for you know what. So we've got tonight's new release, and we've got another one at the end of November. Now, the one at the end of November is a couple of weeks late because the factories were closed for a couple of weeks. So it's knocked everything back. It's knocked all my system out of sync, which is unfortunate, but can't be helped. So just bear in mind, we've got this new release, and we've also got one at the end of November. I have also got a couple of what we call soft releases that are things that are probably not going on TV in between, but it's nothing major. It's just a little thing that we've been waiting for a while, and now I've got it. So that will be next week. I might even show you at the end of this week. Oh, well, welcome back, Sandra. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Julia. Yeah, so I will let you know all about those as and when. So quite a bit to show you tonight. Don't shout at me. So before I get into all the ins and outs and the nooks and crannies of showing you everything, I am doing 2 demos tonight. I know. Really pushing the boat out. Hi, Christine. No, it's not that, Lee. There won't be any more Christmas releases. I only do one, that's it. Chrissy, best wishes to Chrissy. What have I missed? Is Chrissy here? Is Jean here? Jean's here. Hi, Jean. Oh, I've missed you, Chrissy. Oh, bless. I'll message her after, Jean, but if you text her, just send her my love. But I'll message her after I've done tonight. Hi, Pamela. So tonight is dies. You're gonna love me for this. There are 6 new die sets. Okay. I know, and it's something I've never done before. I'm just going to tell you all this first. So, as ever, with any new release that I do, you can pre-order it tonight. Deirdre. Deirdre's just put, cut to the chase, how much is it going to cost? That's hilarious. Now, so as ever with a new release, no, it's not, and it never will be, David. But I am going to do the videos for the storage this week. Well, assuming my head's okay on Thursday, I'm going to do them on Friday. So hopefully the storage will be released next week, assuming I can get the videos done. Anyway, back to tonight. We've got other things to talk about first. So, as ever, you can pre-order from 9 p.m. tonight from me and from Julia. These are being released on Hobby Maker on Wednesday. There are 2 limited editions that will not be on TV that you can only get from me and from Julia. Now, these are going to be hugely popular. I'm just going to tell you that now. All the stock is loaded, so that will be it. So once it's gone, that will be it. Hi, Lona. Hi, Lynn. So, are we ready to have a look? So this is something that I've never done before. And I'm going to show you... let me just make sure I've not got the limited edition ones. I'm going to show you them in order that it kind of makes sense. So let's start in order. I'm going to show you 4. I'm going to show you the first 4. So here we go. Oops, I'm just making sure I don't pick the limited edition ones up. So I'm going to show you the first 4. So these are the first 4. These are the 4 that will be on TV. And I'm going to introduce you to our... our Panel Perfection collection. So I've never done anything like this before, not even remotely. The closest thing that I've done like this is probably the elements within the Christmas cracker. Now, it made me laugh because lots of you were saying with the Christmas cracker you wanted some elements that would cut embellishments out for you. Well, I can't tell you how excited I am about these. These are going to give you so many different choices. It does Samantha. So Samantha has just asked me on YouTube if the 6 include the 2 exclusive. Yes, it does. So there are 4. These 4 are what are going on TV. The other 2 that I will show you at the end make the 6, and they are not going to be on TV. Okay. So this is Panel Perfection. I'm going to show you these one at a time. Honestly, these are absolutely incredible. There's going to be more, I can tell you that much, because I've loved prepping my demos with these. So this is your elegant panels. Now, why is this different to panels that you've seen before? I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you with this one, and then everything I'm about to show you will work with all 6 of these die sets. All 6, right? So, you know I'm not happy unless I've gone one better and done everything even more flexible, more versatile. Can you see, look, we've got a square die set here, split into 3 sections. So that's the first difference to what you've probably seen around before. So we've got a square that's split into 3 sections. Not only that, you've got 2 different outer edge designs. So that means you can use the center panel with this one, cut it twice and it will do both sides, or use this one, cut it twice and it will do both sides. These are 100% symmetrical, which means you've basically got 2 different designs in one die set. However, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. We've got 1, 2, and the one that I've just in fact, do you know what? I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take this off and show you on my mat. It's easier. I really want you to get the idea of what this is all about, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3 matten layers for each section, yeah? So you've got 3 matten layers for each section. So you can use that on its own, that on its own, that on its own, put the 3 together with a little gap, and you've created the perfect square. The gaps are there on purpose. You're supposed to have a gap to create your perfect square. The base layers, so all of these base layers all have the piercing. Oops. All of these base layers have the piercing, yeah? So you could do 1 matten layer, you can do 2 matten layers, or you can do 3. All of the decorative elements, so I'm just going to bring this one in because it's easier for me to show you like this. So all of these decorative elements don't cut out, they cut into the paper, yeah? They cut into the cardstock. So this now gives you fancy apertures, okay? So you've got fancy apertures. What's even more exciting, I'll show you on the big one. I'll show you on the big one. You can do this one with this one, and you will create a panel. You can do this one with this one, you will create a panel with a smaller border, or you can do this one with this one and you will create a panel with the smallest of borders. Matting and layering is just off the scale. Just so many different ways you can use these. So you're in control. Now I've never seen this many options with a set of panel dies. I've never seen panel dies split into 3. Ever, anywhere. I've never seen panel dies that give you 2 different choices of design on the outside, anywhere, ever. And I've never seen panel dies. These are just so good, everybody. These were, you can imagine, these were not quick to do. I've never seen panel dies either that split into 3 to give you your shape. So you've basically got 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 18, 24 different ways to use that. Oh no, times 2, 48 different ways to use that. How about that? So let's just put this one back. So that is the square one. Oh, I knew this was going to get messy. So this is, ignore how it looks on there, but that's the designs that you get with this one, okay? So this is your elegant panels. That's your first one. I'm going to show you how that looks when it's cut out. This is how it looks when it's cut out just in black and white cardstock. Can you see? Aren't they just absolutely stunning? So you've got your piercing on the outer layer. You've got the 2 plain regular layers. Your inner regular layering die is what you put with your decorative element to create those panels. So that is your elegant panels. The next one, this is going to blow your mind, everybody. So this one is your Lavish panels. Lavish panels is an octagon shaped die set, yeah? So it's octagon shaped, still in 3 sections, look. I'm trying not to scratch my magnetic sheets. Yeah, so still in 3 sections. I'm trying to get all the detailing so you can see that. So can you see when this is layered up? Am I using this tonight? No, I'm not. I'm using the limited edition ones tonight. But basically it's the same principle as the other one, but with two different designs on the outside again. So you've got two different designs, one central panel. The two outer designs coordinate with the central panel. 3 layers plus your decorative element. And this is how it looks cut out. Jean, remind me towards the end and I'll measure them all for you. Yeah, remind me towards the end and I'll measure them for you. So can you see, look, if you've got patience to do paper piecing, you imagine how stunning this is going to be with different coloured cardstock matted and layered in it. And I'm just, do you know what? I'm not going to I am going to show you. I am going to show you. Now, when you see the design team samples, you will see that the octagon, if you cut the octagon like this, look, and then again like that, you've created a square panel from the octagons. How fab is that? How fab is that? Do you see? Super exciting. Oh, put that the right way, Phil. So just to give you a general idea of the sizes, so all of these ones will fit on a 6x6 card up. Yeah. So that is your doodah one. Then we move on to the refined panels. So refined panels is circular. So circular, exactly the same format, look. So it's panels split into 3 with a central panel, 2 different outer panels. So 2 different designs on the edge, both of which coordinate with the central panel. And again, these are symmetrical, which means you can use them on both sides. So this is your refined panels. This is your refined panels. They're just absolutely stunning. And I can tell you that the 8mm, 5mm, 3mm pearls fit on these. And I'm going to be very naughty and tell you as well that what's coming at the end of November will work very well with these. And then the last one that's going on TV, yeah, perfect for 6x6. The last one for the TV launch is the grand panels. This was an absolute mare to get right. This is the grand panels, yeah? And this is A5, so this will fit on your A5 cards, yeah? Well, it's a lot of 9s. Is somebody excited? They're not that much, Susan. So this is your grand panels. Exactly the same format, 3 different layers, one deck. So there are 12 dies in each set. There are 12 dies in each set, yeah? So you've got 2 different lattice designs, and then you've got the small lattice, the fatter lattice, or the bigger one, yeah? And you've obviously got the shapes that you can use for basic matting and layering as well. And this is how the grand panels looks when it's cut out. Cat got on the keyboard, that's hilarious. The cat's trying to order them. So this is your grand panels. So you've got the lattice that matches that, and then you've got a bigger lattice. And then, so all of these will fit on 6x6 cards and up. The tall ones will fit on A5 cards and up. Now remember, you know as well as I do, everybody, you know as well as I do, that we're going to take this lattice, or any of these panels, we're going to take any of these panels, and because this doesn't give you a cut out edge, it cuts into the design, you're going to be making borders with these, corners with these, embellishments with these. You're going to be able to snip into them to create extra embellishments. There's just, boom, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And now we're going to move on to the 2 limited edition ones. So these 2 limited edition ones are not going on TV. You can only get these from me and from Julia. Now, once the stock is gone, it's gone. That's it. There will be no more. So let me introduce you to the Serene panels. This is the Serene panels, which is a limited edition. Okay. You can indeed. Di is asking if you can extend the design. You can indeed, Di. In fact, Julia has done that on one of her samples where she's created a full lattice page. I'm not going to tell you too much because I want to try and demo it all. So this is your Serene panels, and Serene panels is exactly the same format. I'm using this tonight. I'm demoing the 2 limited edition ones tonight. Yeah. Right. So the only difference with this, because you can see this shape is absolutely stunning, and I am probably going to do a big die set to coordinate with this because I love this shape. Let me just put it sideways so you can get it all in. How beautiful is this shape? So this one's got 9 dies. Let me just say that to you. This one's got 9 dies because these inner panels, look, were just 2, if I can get one off. These little inner panels, let me just show you how detailed these are. These little inner panels, I couldn't do them any smaller. So you've got two layers for this, 2 different outside panels that coordinate with the internal panel. How gorgeous are these? Yeah. It was a mistake. Izzy, it was the cat that got on the keyboard. All the 9s were the cat that got on the keyboard. So that is your Serene panels. And this is how Serene panels looks when it's been cut out. I mean, even I'm speechless. And I am going to do the demos tonight with the 2 limited edition ones. Yeah. So that is your Serene panels. And the last limited edition, I had to do this for you. The last limited edition is the Delicate panels, which is obviously a heart shape. Yeah. So this one will fit on your 6x6 cards. This one does have 12 dies, but this one is slightly different in that the 2 outer panels are the same. Because it's not a symmetrical shape, we couldn't have a different side panel because you need to be able to rotate it. So the 2 side panels are the same, but you've got the 3 layers and you've got your decorative element, your lattice part of the panel, your decorative element with the piercing on the outside. I cannot tell you how much work these were. You can imagine. Let me just bring that in so you can see the details in that. Can you see that? These were a lot of work, but they are absolutely stunning. All of them are stunning. And this is how the Delicate panels looks when it's been cut out. I've obviously done these in black and white because they come out better on TV. Yeah. Aren't they just something else? Every occasion. Now I'm going to put the dies to one side and I'm going to put the boards in so you can see the boards. Yeah. They weigh an absolute ton. It's a lot of metal, everybody. It's a lot of metal. Now, as I'm bringing these in for you, hopefully you can see that I've tried to think about these dies being used for multiple occasions. They're not specifically girly. They're not specifically masculine. They are these are what I would call your everyday dies that you can use. You're going to use them for just about everything. How stunning is this release, everybody? I'm super pleased with them. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've changed them a couple of times before I've got them right. Yeah, they would do. And remember, everybody, you can use them on their own. You can use these two outer panels to create a new inner panel. There's just too many ways you can use these. Now, I've not even started to scratch the surface. I've got no idea, Linda. The small ones are $25.99. The big ones are $26.99. But obviously, we have the introductory offers. You'll be able to pre-order these from 9 o'clock tonight from me and from Julia. The two limited editions, these will not be on TV. You will only be able to get them from us. But these are what are going on TV. Yeah. It's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing what you can do with these. I've not even scratched the surface. Right, so I'm just going to get a drink and then I'm going to explain to you a little bit more. Honestly, Margaret, I've never seen panel dies done this way. And I can almost but guarantee that next year we'll see panel dies replicating mine. I can almost guarantee it. Aren't the shapes just gorgeous? So that's a brand new shape. That might need an A4 die set to coordinate with it. Circles are going to fit in all of my circle dies. Indeed, anybody's circle dies, because a circle is a circle. Octagons. The octagon is going to matte and layer into all my octagon dies. The square is going to matte and layer into anybody's square dies. So it doesn't matter whether you've even got my square dies or not. They're going to work. Right, so let me just explain to you what I'm going to do. So I've prepped 4 very different demos for TV. So I've prepped a demo with this, a demo with that, and that for TV. And I've tried to use them in a different way every time. So all the demos I'm going to do on Hobby Maker on Wednesday, and I will get them all done. I've prepped them all, over-prepped them, so I can make sure I finish them all. We'll show you a different way to use these. So every single time I demo these on TV, it's a different demo to the one I did before. So because I can't demo these on TV, I am demoing these for you tonight. And we're going to start with the heart. So I'm going to demo the heart exactly the way it's meant to be, which is in 3 sections, and to use it in its full format, if you like. So bring in my bits. Bring in my bits. There's just so many different ways you can use this and I'm going to show you 3 different ways tonight. 2 demos. Actually, I'm going to show you more than 3. Oh, that might have just given you a little clue. Let me move that out of the way. So let's just put all this to one side. I've not glittered or done anything to these apart from the prep. So put these to one side and I'm going to show you the heart. Now I've chosen these. I love this colour palette, you know I do. I've even prepped a card very similar in colour for TV. But before I even get to that, we're going to look at this. We're going to look at this card blank. So move all that to one side. I mean, let's just show you how intricate they are. Yeah, 1 and bloody 5. Look, this is the hot chocolate luster card, by the way, which is brown, but it's got that lovely golden shimmer to it. First, I'm going to make a card blank. So I've got 2. This is Oyster Mist. So the cardstock I'm using is Oyster Mist, malted milk, and hot chocolate in the luster card. But I want to make a card blank with this, so I'm just going to score that and make it into a card blank. So just bear with. I thought I'd already done this, to be fair. I thought I'd already turned it into a card blank. Twiddly bits. Do you know what? I never ever usually do a new release at the end of November. Oh, I shouldn't really tell you because it's going to spoil it for you. But I have got a new release for the end of November. And luckily it's just in time before I go away. And I really wanted you to have the dies that I'm bringing you next. Oops, I've just given you a massive clue there. What I wanted to finish the year on at the beginning of November. Just bear with me while I just hold that down while it grabs. Yeah. So I'm just making sure that grabs. I scored it on the wrong side. You're too giddy, Mr. Martin. There we go. So we've made the card blank from 2 square bits of card. I'll do all the matting and layering afterwards. And I'm going to bring in the heart and show you what the heart looks like in stages. So remember, I've already explained to you about the side panels and all the different ways you can use them. Now you're going to get these home and you're going to come up with even more ways than what we've thought of. So this is the first layer, look, yeah. This is the first layer, which has the piercing detail in it. Phill, are you hoping to get a workshop in before Christmas? Not before Christmas, Samantha, but it will be between Christmas and New Year. So Samantha's just asking me. In fact, Samantha, I've written the date down somewhere, but I've got so much stuff on my desk I can't find it. Put your wallet down to hold it down. But we will be having an online workshop between Christmas and New Year. It's tradition now, so I always make sure we do one in between Christmas and New Year. Right, so this is your first layer, look. This is your largest die with the piercing, your largest dies with the piercing. Then you've got the second layer, which then gives you choices, look. So you pop these on, pop them on. Now you see why I couldn't do 2 different designs for the side on the heart. Because it needs to be symmetrical, and you can't do, this shape is not symmetrical. So even that on its own looks absolutely fabulous. Yeah, before I even do anything else to it. Julie, I think it's the end of Anne. Message Karen like you usually do, and I'm pretty sure she can sort something out for you. Is Hope here, or is she? I can't remember whether Hope's here or not. But any of the USA customers, just do your usual thing and message Karen. Now, she is away. She's away with her husband until Wednesday, but she will reply to you when she gets a chance. I think the next box kit's either the end of January or February, Julie. Right. And then we've got the intricate part. So this is using the intricate filigree. We'll call it the filigree element. So this is your filigree element. So matting and layering, boom, job done. Super easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, job done, yeah? But what if I didn't want to use that? I mean, choices, it's all about choices, you know what I'm like. What if you wanted to use the plain die? Let me get a drink. Oh my word, hang on a minute everybody. I've been looking for this. Bear with me. Oh, do you know this embossing folder? I've been looking for it since before I went on holiday. and I've just found it. It had slid down one of my shelves. So, get your breath back, Phill. So we all know that the filigree element needs the smallest of the layering dies to create the panel. But what if I wanted to use an embossing folder instead? What if I wanted to use my embossing folders instead? Well, just don't cut the filigree element. Cut it and then run it through your embossing folders. Yeah, look at that. Can you see this? Oh, you can. That's a really good shot. I'll try and bring it up and show you. Look at this. Look at that. So what if you don't want to use your embossing folders? What if you want to get some of your stamps out like you've done before? Well, let's try that and see how that looks. So we've now got the embossing folder layers, we've got the filigree layers, and I'm just going to stamp these, and we'll have a stamped layer as well. So let's try this. Let's see what happens. Let's just see if I've got one I can do by hand. Oh, yeah, that'll do. This'll do. This'll give us a different look. Let's try this. I just saw if you use a circle down this. Oh, you could do. What if you want to change the look again? Oh, I should have left that on. Hang on, I'll just do this by hand, so bear with. Bear with. I want to show you why you've got me here for this time. So let's just stamp. This is the hearts. This is a little heart stamp from the... Now forgive me if it's not perfect because I'm doing it without the platform. So this is the little hearts. The scribbled hearts from the Heart release from last month. I missed a bit in the middle, but you'll get the idea. You'll get the idea. Let's just do this one. I am doing it by hand. Right, let me just clean that. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? I'm showing this is 3 different ways to use this without even looking at using the paper packs that we've got, without even looking at all the embossing folders that we've done over the years, without looking at anything really apart from stamps and dies and embossing folders. It's so good. I love it when things do more than one thing. So let's bring that back in. Let's bring that back in. So we've now got, or we've now seen, the, oh, look at that. It's a completely different look again. It's fabulous. It's so good. Honestly, I can't tell you how good these are. I mean, you know this yourself. You know how versatile these are. Look at that. You could stamp and heat them, but yeah, permutations. I love that word. It always reminds me of Julia. There's just so many different ways. Now, I'm going to use the filigree part for tonight. I'm going to save that for when I demo it again and give it a chance to dry as well. Right, so you know how to stick these on. We'll do one panel at a time. Just so you know as well, it doesn't matter if you miss a layer out. So say you were doing lots of these cards in batch, which I know you probably wouldn't, but it's up to you. You could miss that layer out and go straight onto there, look. And all it does is it just gives you a bigger border, but it looks equally stunning. Ain't that clever? Right, how long have I taken? Right, I've got 2 cards to make. So let's get cracking. So you know how to glue these. Glue on your mat. Glue on your mat. I was talking to my class in Sheffield when I was there on Wednesday about the spray adhesive. I was hoping Sarah would be there on Wednesday when I was there, because I've used that Crafter's Companion spray adhesive and it all pinged off. So I'm a little bit, what's the right word? Yeah, well, annoyed. I was annoyed about it. So I don't know whether I've just had a dodgy tin. So I'm doing my usual thing with my own glue. I know I can rely on my own glue. So let's get that on. See if you can get it on straight, Phil. That would be good to show people. There we go. So that's the middle panel done. And then we'll do the 2 side panels. This is the reason why we couldn't have the different design for the sides, because it needs to match, it needs to coordinate. We don't want different hearts. And who knows what's coming in? Who knows what's coming with the next release? Maybe it'll be something that will work with this. Who knows? Well, I do, but I'm not telling you. Side panels. Yeah, miffed, peeved. Yeah. I was a bit disappointed with it, yeah. So I'm going to tell her when I see her. Right, so let's just get some glue on this. We are making 2 cards, and I'm going to show you a different way to use these on the next demo. So I am using the Serene panels on the next demo in a different way, because remember, this collection is all about you having choices. It's all about how you want to put this together. Right, so just for speed, I will do these flat, but of course you know me well enough to know that there will be some foam tape on here or glue gel. These are just so beautiful. Why have I not done this before? Who knows? I am indeed a tease. But what I can say to you is, the things that are coming are going to enhance a lot of things that you've already got. Oh, thank you, Jean. I'll take that, darling. I'll take that, darling. It's all, I mean, you all know me well enough to know it's not just about churning dies out. And I'll give you a little teeny tiny hint for the end of November. And I can tell you that the end of November is a much simpler release. Much simpler. There's a lot, but it's much simpler. And when I sat down to do the dies that are coming in November, the end of November, look how beautiful that is, everybody. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to have to bring this in and show you. And this colour palette's just gorgeous. Oh, it doesn't look like a heart now, does it? Oh, look at that, look. Oh, we've created a lovely new shape. Oh, that's almost a bauble, look. Look at that, it's like a fancy bauble. Yeah, so the dies that are coming at the end of November are scaled back, much simpler. They're not elaborate like these, but there's a massive gap for them for us. We were missing these from our stuff, and I thought they would be easy to design. Yeah, that didn't work. They were harder than they looked. Oh, thank you, Vicky. So you know me well enough to know that it's not just about sales. Yes, obviously, I love it when the things are popular, because that's what enables me to carry on doing what I'm doing. And obviously my holidays. But it's all about giving you choices, lots and lots of choices. I'm not a one-track pony. I don't sell you something and then move on to the next thing straight away. I'm just going to do this quick, everybody. So keep this flat. I mean, look how easy that was to put together. It's just too good. Love this colour palette. And then we'll have that onto the card on foam tape, I think. If using double-sided glue sheets. Now, Diamond Crystal, I love your name. Hi, Denise. One of the demos that I'm doing on TV is indeed using glitter, but not with these sticky sheets. Now, wait till you see the design team samples. I know I say that to you every time, but honestly, their ingenuity, the way they've used them, well, they're all stunning. And everybody's come up with different variations, which I love. That's when I know I've done a good job, when you see lots of different ways of them being used. And like I mentioned to you earlier, Julia has extended the lattice to create a 6x6 panel. Julia did. It looks like it on the card. Now, as ever, the design team will share a couple of samples after the live. Then the rest you will see on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page on Wednesday morning before I go to Hobby Maker. Somebody remind me to have a drink in a minute. So here we go. So this is not an 8x8 card. This is actually a 7.5 by 7.5. Make sure you put the hearts the right way up, Mr. Martin. And because I couldn't, well, there obviously isn't a card blank that exists in my Luster card, so I made my own. So all you need, look, is score it neater than me, but you can basically make your own card blanks. All you need is your scoreboard. How good is that? Right, let's put this card together. Simply the best. I love Tina Turner. Right, let's get these panels on. So I'm going to do the center top tip, everybody. When you're doing this, when you start using them, if you're doing a square card, center panel first. So regardless of whatever shape you're using, center panel first, and then it's easier to line up the side panels. So I'm just going to do this with 2mm foam tape. And I'm trying to get in the habit, oh, I'll just tear it. I'm trying to get in the habit of cutting the foam tape rather than tearing it, because it's easier to take the backing off. So center panel first. That's back burner, that, Linda. Shall I tell you why? So Linda's just put, when are you bringing a scoreboard out, Phil? Because my favourite is Kay's Hoogie board. Now I know Kay very, very well. Very, very well. And I can't see, with all these platforms and everything that are around, how to improve Kay's Hoogie board. Right, so I'm just going to pop this on central. Looks like it has a face. Do you know what this reminds me of? I know this sounds silly. It reminds me of Disney, Beauty and the Beast, and all the filigree stuff. So let's just pop that on centrally. And then the side panels, I'm going to put them too high, so double height. So let me just find a 3mm. I'll go with 3mm rather than 2. If you've not had my foam tape yet, it's on the website. So this is 3mm tape, so it's a little bit higher than the centre panel. Even the foam tape's fabulous, apart from being too sticky. But I guess that's a good thing. Nobody wants non-sticky foam tape. So panels next, and then we'll move on to the flowers. So one of the things that I've discovered as I was prepping my demos for TV is that these are really quick to put together. So you can choose how you want to do them, because die cutting is basically quicker than stamping. So the demos I've prepped are very different to each other, because it just shows you the versatility, and that is what is the most important thing for me with these. Just how many different looks you can get from the die sets. So let's go. I'm doing this upside down, which is a bad idea. No, that's good. And then I know that the other one will be the same sort of distance apart. How beautiful is that? How gorgeous is that? Can't unsee it now. What are the card colours? Oyster Mist, Malted Milk and Hot Chocolate in Luster Card. Luckily, I've put the card the right way up. Right, so let's move on to the fleurs. I need my stamping mat, which I've just seen somewhere. Bear with. Oh, it's got stuff on it. I'll just move it. Let's just move it. So when I come on to the second demo, it's going to blow your mind again. Ah, well, I'm glad you're still watching us. Let me just flick back onto. Oh, Sandra, that's going to be amazing. I'm just flicked onto YouTube just for a sec. Not used anything yet from this year. You're getting your room sorted. Unboxing, that's going to be super exciting. Yeah, it is. Is the Christmas Snowflakes embossing folder available? It will be on the website, Despina. Just type in, just look at the embossing folders. Right, so I'm just going to pop these flowers together. I won't spend ages on them, so... you know Floral Finery 3 is all but gone. So you can't say I didn't tell you. So Floral Finery 3 from August, was it? September, August? It's just about all gone. The last bit of stock I've got left of Floral Finery 3 is on my shows on Wednesday. So if you prefer to buy from Hobby Maker, well, that's fine, I guess. But it'll be the last opportunity, I think. So let's just stick these together. So the flowers are all cut in the same cardstock. So just remember the luster card, you need to just give the glue a second to grab. I'm going to do these really quickly. And then I need to find my brown pearls, which I thought I'd got out, but I didn't. Here we go, here we go. I think, oh no, I'm not going to tell you in case I'm wrong. So that's one. These are for the bottom of the card. There's not loads of flowers on this, just 4, I think. And I'm not putting any glitter on. I'm leaving them as they are, because the luster card is quite beautiful in its own right. Oh, is it tonight that the Foresights start? I think it is. I'm quite looking forward to that, for obvious reasons. So they're for the bottom of the card, and this one is for the top of the card. And then we've just got to stamp a little sentiment. I'm trying to get it done for about 8:45 so that I can make things live here, because our website takes about half an hour to update, which is frustrating. We'll do a recap and I'll do some rough sizes for you at the end, just so you've got a general idea of this. Well, I can actually tell you the size of the largest dies because it's on the packaging. Just bear with. I'm looking for my chocolate pearls, cocoa pearls. I don't know if you can still get these or not, but I've got some. Drink, thank you. I'm having a drink. Right, let's pop these in. I quite like using these colours together. You've seen me use them before. It's very elegant, and because it's the luster card, you see all the details in the dies, and it just looks really posh. Last one. And then I'll just stamp a sentiment, and then we'll get this card put together, and then we'll make a start on the other one. So foliage, twiddly bits. Foliage just needs a quick shape. Well, I've had the heating on since we got back from holiday. I dread to think what the bill's going to be like, but I've not been able to get warm since we got back. So let me just stamp a sentiment and trim that down. Let's have sending congratulations your way. That sounds nice. No glittery ring. No, not tonight. Not on these, no. So sending congratulations your way from the Just Saying stamps. And then I'll trim this down. So top tip, if you're stamping onto the luster card, the VersaFine Clairs work better on this. So let's just come further in so I can cut the end off at an angle. Pop the stamp back. Sending congratulations your way. It can be for anything then. And this is from the occasional set. I don't think there's any left, but No, it's not on Netflix. It's on. Is it on Netflix or is it? Oh, House of Guinness is on Netflix. Yeah, you got back yesterday. Where from, Karen? So let's just chop this down. Oh, they're not my scissors. Where are my scissors? So I'm just chopping this by hand, which is it's either brave or stupid. We'll find out in a minute. That's not too bad. No, it's not straight. Hang on. I've made it worse. That'll bug me. That will bug me. Right, let's get this card put together. His ring hath no glitter. Not tonight, Josephine. So sentiment's going on first. Now, in this bizarre look, because this glue gel that I'm using has been in my car for about a month, if not longer, and it's better than the ones that I've kept at home. So I'm just going to pop this. Let's just come about there. Now let's go a little bit higher so you can see the bottom of that. Just so you can see the bottom of that side section of the heart. So flowers. Won't take long to put this together. A little bit more in there. I'll tell you something I have lost interest in, and that's Emmerdale. So let's just pop that flower on. That one next to it. That one next to it. This one at the top. You love the twiddly bits. Well, I wonder if there'll be any new ones. Who knows? That's right, I do. That's just cruel, Mr. Martin. Right, so foliage in next. This is how easy it is to use these cards. Now you can see, if I wanted to make this a 6x6 card, I could just put the sections of the heart closer together. So put the sections of the heart closer together to make it a 6x6 smaller embellishment. And this is what it's all about. This is about choice. And I love panel dies, and I'll be honest with you, like some of the design team have been asking me to do panels for ages. Helen, if you're watching, yes, I mean you. But I wanted ours to be different. I wanted them to be something you've not seen before. And that's exactly what these are. And then the other two at the top. The flowers are Oyster Mist from the Luster card. So the colours I've used on this card are... Hang on a minute, I think I've used... Yeah, I have. Not to worry. The flowers... the colours of this cardstock are all... It's all Luster card. And it's Oyster Mist, which is the whiter, creamier looking colour. Malted Milk, which is the middle shade. Malted milk, and then hot chocolate for the brown. So just the twiddly bits to pop in. I don't know why I've got so many. I must have forgot I'd cut them. Yeah, they don't belong to this card. They're for my other one. So twiddly bits. Make sure I've got them the right direction. Yeah, that's it. I'll remind you about that, just in case anybody's just jumped on. So the twiddly bits. And next twiddly bit. It feels like ages since I've been at Hobby Maker, so I'm quite looking, even though my hours are rubbish, I'm quite looking forward to seeing everybody. So twiddly bits, and then I've just got 2 twiddly bits for the top. I'm just going to snip them and make them a bit smaller. Oops. So the twiddly bits for the top, and then we'll do a quick little recap, and then I'll get on with the second demo. This won't take 2 minutes. See how quick it is once you've done all the cutting. But this card is really, it's quite elevated. But it's the dies that are doing all the work for me. And I love that you've got more than one matten layer. Normally you would just get 1. But no, you've got 3 from us. Or from me. Sending congratulations your way. How fabulous is that? And I'm just going to finish with a little pearl. I just want one more pearl. Just on there. It's just details. No glitter. Not required when using luster card, which is not, well, I do usually, but not tonight. So that is the first demo with one of your limited editions. That's actually the first demo I've done apart from the prep. So that is using your delicate panels from the new Panel Perfection dies. And how fab and easy was that to do? And it's super, super easy. Oh, hi, Chrissy. I was going to message you after the live. I hope he's all right, Joe, and you. So that's demo number 1, done and dusted. Let's do a quick recap. So we'll do a quick recap. And then it can show everybody who's joined late the new dies. And then I'll get on with the second demo. It also means that I can do a quick, I can show you the measurements. So Jean, this is for you, and everybody else who wants. Oh, did you notice I've got I put a new mat down, which is probably why my screen's going funny. Just move that because they're for the card. So move that because they're the limited editions. Let's start with the normal ones and work our way through again. So, as ever, you can pre-order these from me and from Julia tonight at 9 o'clock. They will be dispatched from Thursday, the same as TV. So, if you order from Hobby Maker on Wednesday, they will all be dispatched at the same time. So, you don't get them any quicker. It's just, we like to keep it fair. So this is your introduction to the Panel Perfection collection. So four new die sets and then 2 limited edition ones, so 6 in total. The limited editions, as ever, you can only get from myself and from Julia. The 4 that I'm about to show you are the ones that you can get from Hobby Maker on Wednesday, and all the stock will be loaded, so there will be no more. So just forewarned is forearmed, etc, etc. So this is your first one, which is your elegant panels, which clearly is 3 different panels that form a square, 2 different outer decorative panels that you can use on either side, or you can use them 2 together in the middle to create a new panel. So that's your elegant panels. So DT, you can share a couple of cards in the Facebook group after. If you're not in the Facebook group, that's where you need to be searching. That's what you need to be looking for. Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours on Facebook, and then ask to join the group, and it will if you answer the questions, it lets you in automatically. This is your Lavish panels, which obviously will fit in my octagon dies. And that is how the Lavish panels looks when it's cut out. You can actually see, look, how you can paper piece some of these elements. It's just going to be stunning. Then you have the refined panels, which is the circular shape. And yes, my pearls do fit on the little circle sections. And that is your refined panels cut out in black and white, just to show you. Then you have the grand panels, which is the A5 size. So this will fit on your A5 cards with the 2 different styles of lattice. The 3 panels, the same as the others. And that's how grand panels looks when it's cut out. Obviously, you would do 2 the same to make your sides the same. I don't need to tell you that, hopefully. Then we have, which is what I'm going to use, what I've just used. This is your delicate panels, which is the heart shape. And that's the one I've just used on that demo. And that's how that one looks. And then the next one we're going to use is the, I absolutely love this die set. This was an absolute nightmare to get right, and I'll show you why in a minute. The Serene panels, which has 2 different outer panels. So you've got 2 different designs on the outer panels, and this is how this one looks in real life. Let's do a little close-up for you. There you go. So the difference with the limited editions is the Serene panels only has 2 matten layers, but it does have the 2 different outer sides. The delicate panels has the same outer side design, obviously reversed, because it's not a symmetrical shape, so I couldn't do a different design. But there you go. So that is your panel perfection. So now let's get on to a completely different demo. So we're now going to use the dies in a different way. Now what I'm about to show you, for those of you that have stayed and are still watching, what I'm about to show you, you can do with all of these die sets. So every single one of these die sets, yeah, you can recreate this look that I'm going to do with this card. So every single one of them. So just remember that these are not just, this is not just a panel die set. It's panel perfection. It's giving you so many different ways to use them, let alone when you start using your embossing folders and your stamps, your embossing powders even. So what happens is, because these panels, let me just move all this, it's doing my head in. Let's just put it in order. Put it in order. I don't know what this little bit of tape is here, it just keeps turning up. So put the leaves up there, the flowers up there. This is another way to use your panel perfection dies. Now remember everybody, you can do this with every set of these dies, because all of the filigree elements, all of them, so even the side panels, if I can get that one out, even the side panels will give you a decorative aperture, because there is no outside cutting edge to these. Yeah, thank you, Chrissy. So all of every single one of these will give you a decorative aperture, and that's exactly what I've done on this card here. This is an oversized DL card. So this will fit. Oh, I forgot to do the sizes. Sorry, Jean. And I've got the wrong glasses on. I've been crafting with my computer glasses on. So I wonder I managed to stamp straight at all. Thank you, Elaine. And thank you, by the way, for helping. Oh, the sizes. So the largest of these dies is 193mm by 68. So this centre panel is going to fit on an A5 card blank with matting and layering perfectly. Now, if you have my Layered Differently Series 1, Layered Differently Series 2, these are going to coordinate with them. So all those fancy dies that we've got, I don't know where mine are on the shelf, that create your outer matting and layering, these are going to coordinate with, okay? So this is literally just this center panel cut into a piece of card cut to the right size, yeah? So this is just literally cut, you can see that, look, or you can when I get it on, there you go. And it gives me this gorgeous fancy aperture. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And this lovely frame, look how delicate that is. Well, what you could, so Annette's just asking on Facebook, I have already moaned about the 5 PM show. What Annette's just asked me on Facebook, could you use the filigree panel as a stencil? What you could do, yeah, is you can ink through this. In fact, Julia has actually done it on one of her samples from, I think it's on the refined panels, the circular one. So once you've cut this into a piece of card, you can quite easily ink through these. Yeah, of course you can. You can do what you want with them. You can do what you want. I'm just trying to show you different ways to use them now, because none of you are daft. You know the versatility in these. You know how many different ways you're going to be able to use these, let alone creating your card blanks. So this shape here, look, this shape here on its own will fit onto a DL card blank with matting and layering. You could even make little place settings from this. Cut this, fold it in half, and you've got a little place setting. Yeah, blows your mind. Right, so we are going to put this card together. Now, I've made this card bigger than it needs to be. This piece here is smaller than DL. And then the flip side to creating your lovely little frames is you end up with the inner part as waste. So I'm going to pop this on first. These are very, very, very detailed, and I love that. And then we're going from one extreme to the other for the next release, which I love as well. So I'm just going to put some, oh, actually, I think I'll just, ooh, yeah, I think I'll just dab it on. I'm dabbing. I'm trying to get it done in time to give the website time to refresh once I've made everything live for you. So let's get this on. How beautiful is this little frame? Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. If the Mylar's thin enough, you should be able to use that for this. So what we're doing now basically is we're doing a negative of the panel, which is just really clever. Let's just get rid of that glue. So let's just get that on, just make sure I get it straight before I stick it. It needs to be a bit higher. How gorgeous is this? I can't take credit for this idea because I stole it from Karen. I took the idea from Karen and obviously I've improved it. But but the colour palette again is fabulous. Oh, this is just too beautiful. Right, now I'm just going to explain something to you. Are you listening? So on the die for this is how fussy I am. I mean, you know I am. So on the die for this, I asked them to connect the unconnected, look, can you see that? So the unconnected leaves, I asked them to connect them on the die so that those parts will not get damaged when you're using it. When you die cut this out, you can see that the unconnected bits are free. Yeah. Now, you know me well enough to know why I've done that. It's so that I can tuck things underneath, look. Yeah. And also, it means you can do this. So I've cut another one just from some scrap. And I'm going to snip. I'm going to snip that out. I'm going to snip that out. I'm going to snip this one out. I'm going to snip this one out. And that's it. Actually, now let's have these as well. I'm going to snip that one out. And I'm going to snip that one out. So I've now got, as a freebie, these beautiful, beautiful little leaves. How fabulous is that? Yeah. So waste not, want not. So I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to pop this on with foam tape. So let me just see if it's... that's the wrong one. That's 3mm. I only want 2mm for this. Let's just make sure it fits. Oh, it's a bit close. It's a bit close. Let's see if I can get away with it. I do want this one raised. So forgive me if you can see a little bit of this foam tape once it's put on the card. It would bug me normally, but we haven't got time to mess tonight. Time is of the essence. I'm going to tell you now that, well, I'm just going to say it one more time and then I'll stop it. Once they're gone, they're gone. Right, that's definitely too too wide, so let's just make some smaller bits. Now when you're creating an aperture with this, as I am now, those floating leaves will need securing, otherwise they will fall, they will get caught and get damaged. Now you don't need to do every one. Oops. You just need to do the end ones, and I will show you which ones it is in a minute. This, well, I told you these dies would blow your mind. Nearly done, bear with. This is a quicker card. Right, so the only leaves you need to secure on here, look, on the floaters, it's the end leaf. Now I would normally do this with glue gel, but I'll do it with I'll just do it with this for tonight. But I would normally do this with glue gel. Just make sure it's not too big. It is too big. I can't see what you're saying to me just yet. I'm concentrating on my floaters. I'll tell you what, you know, when you get these home, you're gonna come up with even more ideas, because there's just too many things you can do. And don't you just love dies that do more than one thing? I mean, I've shown you how different it looks when you change the filigree part to an embossing folder. It gives a completely different look. And what I find really exciting from somebody who's designed these, what I find particularly exciting is the fact that we've got the piercing detail. So all my lead differently dies are going to work with these, and I just think that's fabulous. it's all about the coordination and making it easy. So let's just make sure I've got all my floaters. No, missed one. It is worth just doing this, everybody, just so they don't get damaged. That's all my floaters. And I'm going to pop these onto this layer first. You know I like to share, Chrissy. Make sure you've got trainers on. You're going to have to run. Yeah. No, I sent her a photo. I sent her a picture of this one as I was prepping it, so she knows. Karen loves construction and that kind of thing, so she always has a different take on it, which I think is fab. I like my pretty pretties. So we're just going to layer this up. I'll try not to damage my leaves. This is why I prefer glue gel, because it's just less hassle. But obviously this is sturdier as well, because we've not got the luxury of time to let the glue gel dry before I start sticking all the extras on. Now, just as a point of note, something worth remembering is, you know how I've just shown you the leaves that snip out of this die? Now, every one of these die sets has the filigree element. Every one of these die sets, the filigree element can be snipped out. So not only have we got the fact that we can mat and layer it onto a panel, you can also cut it out to create an embellishment. And I don't want to blow your mind too much, but the panels for the cracker dies, for example. So the panels for the cracker dies you could use with the lattice now. Oh, I've missed one. So you could use the lattice in the cracker dies, and so on. And so on and so forth. Mind blowing. So I am going to cover this with glue, just so it gives me a little bit of time in case I need to pick any of this up. So remember, you don't need to secure every leaf. It's just the ones at the end of the unsecured stems. They're the only ones you need to do it on. But I've specifically wanted unsecured stems so that we could snip them out. Right, let's get this on. So let's pop this on here. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Marvellous. Marvellous. Let's just make sure that's in the right place. Do you see what I mean now about securing the... I'm not going to call them floaters, but you know what I mean. Look how beautiful this is, everybody. How absolutely stunning is this die? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, let's get this card put together. I've got 10 minutes to put this card together. 5 minutes to give you a recap. And then make it live on the website for you to go and do your orders. Don't miss out on these because you'll kick yourself. I've got a feeling that these are going to be pretty busy on Wednesday. But then I've been known to be wrong. Once, I think. Only once. This is why I shouldn't be tearing the foam tape, because it's a pain in the neck to get the end off. There we go. So this one's going on to the colours of the card, by the way, for this are almond. Something else that I've done new for these shows, I've put some card packs on in the colours of my demos. So something that we've noticed is that every time I'm on Hobby Maker, I get lots of messages from people asking me about the cardstock that I've used and the colours. That'll teach me, won't it? So I thought it would be nice to just put some. Oh, that's a bit skewy, but never mind. That's because I'm doing more. That's because I'm multitasking. Yeah, so I'll put some small card packs on in the colours of the cards that I'm demoing on TV. So that's a little bit of a treat. So one more layer of, oh no, 2 more layers of foam tape. But this card is nearly done. And I love a DL card, as you know. This is bigger than DL. Could you put acetate? Absolutely you could. Absolutely it could, and there's a conversation I could have with you about acetate, but I can't yet. But hopefully I can soon. So Ilona, I don't know if I should tell you, Ilona from the design team has made some very pretty shaker cards with these. I'm not going to put glue on this, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going for it. So I could stop at this layer, but I'm not. This is me. Look how gorgeous that looks. Either direction. Yeah, sorry, but you know it's got to be done. I've got to have that extra layer. So this card is about 3'2" in height. I am nearly done. But I wanted to show you a different way to use them. It's not just about creating stick-on panels. It's about creating gorgeous decorative apertures. It's about mixing and matching with your stamps and your die sets and your embossing folders. And we will, of course, be having some glitter on this one, which is why we've got the extra outer layer. Oh, this is so elegant. These colours together are so beautiful. Right. Oh, Karen, I can multitask, but you really don't want me to tell you. So I am adding a little bit of glitter to this, but I'm only putting it on the back layer. I'm not doing anything to the leaves, but you quite clearly could, when you get yours home, you can mist them, you can spritz them, you can do whatever you want. But I'm keeping this quite clean. And I like the glitter on the base layer because it makes everything else above it stand out. My motto is, if you're making it, do it well. Well, you know I'm always going to do. You know what I'm like. So when I put these two cards side by side that I've just made, it will give you a really good indication of just how gorgeous these dies are together. Right, so let's just pop that to one side. we'll bring back in the stamping mat. I'll quickly put this flower together, or these flowers. There are only 2 flowers on this card. Oops, that's glue gel. It's not after watershed. Oh, there you are. I wondered where you were. It is autumnal. You could actually change the colours. His card is clean, but his mind is filthy. Do you know what? Do you know what, Denise? I think that could go on my headstone. His cards were clean, but his mind was filthy. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, let's just stick these together. I've got to give time for the website to refresh, otherwise you'll never be able to get them. And then it'll crash. So I've got to give it some time. So these are obviously from the Floral Finery Series 3. And now you know why Floral Finery Series 3 has all your lovely piercing details, which in turn coordinate with all the piercing detail from the new dies and the lead differently. You know where I'm going with this. Coordination is key. Detail is key. It really is. The pearls I'm using are nautical blue, I believe, yeah, which are like a lovely dark royal blue. They're not navy, but they are, oops, they are like a gorgeous dark royal blue. I will just pick some glitter up on that blue. Oh, just slung it everywhere. And then let's get this put together. So oh, I forgot my stamens. Sugar. Ah, it's too late now. Too late. Floral Finery foliage. These are from the latest Floral Finery. I'm not going to tell you what I was just going to say because it would be unfair. I think we will chuck a couple of these in just because we can. I can tell you that there will be some more of this later on, because as soon as I did it, Karen said to me we could do with a set like that. So the sentiment, we'll just stamp the sentiment and then stick this together, and then job's a good one. Let me see if I've got yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Right at the very end. To you both. To you both. I like that, rather than to both of you. And this needs to be in blue, which is Twilight. Sugar. So this is a really dinky, teeny, tiny sentiment that says, to you both. This is one of the little header sentiments from Floral Finery, from Just Saying. There will be no more of those. That is it. I'm done with that. So just let that dry. I can't believe I forgot the stamens on my flowers. I'm annoyed now. So this is going down here. card stand dies. Have they not already been done a lot though? No, the ink wasn't dry, so luckily, let's go there, just above the edge of the doodah. Large flower. This won't take me long now. Next one down. Stay. Foliage next. We are nearly done. I know I keep saying that, but we are nearly done. We're just on the titivation. The detail in these dies is just, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And then two little small ones. Just to extend the foliage at the bottom. Then we've got two of these, but I'm going to pop in the twiddly bits first. I think I must have been on a roll with twiddly bits because I've cut double again, look, which is, it's not a bad thing, but I know I only needed two, so why did I cut four? Next one. And then the fact that we've managed to use the same foliage, the same die, to give us that extra little bit of foliage in the coordinating colour, I just think is awesome. This is why I'm so fussy. And this is why I wanted unconnected sprigs within the die itself. And remember, yes, this is leaves, so you know you're going to snip it down, but even in the refined panels where you've got these circular shape, you've got I'm going to show you actually, because I just never have time to show you everything. Just remember that the demos I've prepped for TV are they're all completely different, and they're all obviously using the dies that are going to be on the show on Wednesday. Hang on, this has just sunk a little bit. That's it, do as you're told. And then I've just got one more job to do. Do you know what? I might not do it. No, I'm not. Doesn't need it. Hey, I hope you've written that down. I said, no, I'm not. It doesn't need it. And there we go. So let's just show you this in a little bit more detail. So I don't know whether I can get it in the whole shot, but there you go. If I can get it in the whole screen. And then I'll zoom in for you so you can see all the lovely details. The depth is actually not as bad as you think. So yes, it's 3 layers of foam tape, but it's actually not as deep as you think. But look at that dye, everybody. Can you, I don't know whether you can see the piercing. Can you see the piercing on screen? Yeah, you can. How fabulous is that? And so easy to do. So if I put that side by side next to the other one, this is from the same release of dyes. How fabulous is that? So completely different look. Oh, look at that. These cards are taking a battering tonight. So all from Panel Perfection. How fabulous is that? Yeah. Right, so I'll do one more quick recap and then I shall let you go. The pre-orders will be live on the website from 9 p.m. It won't be any sooner because I've taken a little bit longer than I thought I was going to do. So I'm just going to show you quickly. I'll put them at the side so you can see. I'm just going to show you quickly all of the die sets in succession. So you've got Serene panels, which is the limited edition one that you can only get from my website or Julia. And that's what I've used for this. That's your Serene panels. You've got the delicate panels, which is the heart. And that is what I've used on this card here. And that is the delicate panels in black and white. You've got the grand panels, which are another A5 set, which I will demonstrate on Hobby Maker for you. And that's how that looks. In fact, the way I'm demonstrating this is another new thing that you've not seen before. So that is how that looks in black and white cardstock. This is your refined panels. So remember, all these stringy bits will create borders. And that is how they look in, that looks in black and white. This is your Lavish panels, which is the octagon. And that's how that one looks in just black and white cardstock. And this one I know is going to be massive because it's a square. And that is the elegant panels. And that's how that one looks in black and white. Now remember, every single one of these die sets, with the exception of the heart, has two different outer panels that you can rotate. And so you've got two different looks. It's basically two collections in one, but with lots and lots of different layering possibilities. And there you go. So I'm going to love you and leave you, everybody. Your pre-orders will be from, like I say, 9 p.m. tonight. I've got to move that because it's going to stake. Please, if you haven't, do make sure you get subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm going to stop doing lives on Facebook pretty soon. You need to have subscribed to the YouTube channel, please. It's there, look, Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. And also the Facebook group, if you search on Facebook for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours, answer the couple of little security questions. It's like, how long have you been crafting? Just simple things like that. And then it should let you in automatically. So I will see you on Hobby Maker on Wednesday at 1 p.m. for the launch and then 5 p.m. for if there's anything left. Do not miss out on these dies, everybody, because you will kick yourself if you do. And there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you love them as much as we do. Everybody in the USA and, well, particularly the USA, as ever, or just send Karen your message like normal, and we will do our best to help you so you don't miss out on anything. So thank you, everybody. I hope you love them as much as I do, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.